Hi, folks. Andrew here, popcorn and whiskey. I am the face who runs the place. That's right. And tonight we're just popping on here because I want to, and we're going to have a little bit of fun. I got a different twist going on tonight, and we'll see how it is. And first, I want to make sure that this is working okay and it's going as it should be. And to do that, I have to log on to someplace just to see if the sound actually coming out. Yep. Okay. Okay. So I do have sound coming out. All right. So we're good to go at this point. And I'm not going to check the other streams because I am triple casting this tonight. I got the Facebook, I got Twitch, and I got YouTube. But YouTube is going to be going away really soon. Oh, by the way, cheers, salute. I got the well, I I got the spirit in the brandy snifter tonight, if you will. That's right. It's my dust the road impression there, the snifter of the brandy right there. That's what I have. Okay. There you go. I've wined and dined with kings. I've eaten pork and beans. That's right. I'm the son of a plumber. Dusty Rhodes, American Dream. Okay. So things are going swimmingly in the land of Andrew, and things are happening little by little, but getting going good there. Oh, just got a little message. Make sure it's nothing that I really need to focus on or check on here. Hold on a second, just to make sure, because I had a couple of messages here. Yeah. Okay. All right. All good over there. So if you read my little blurb today on social media posts, I was recording something and it was pretty cool. It was the top fitness strategies, universal laws of health and fitness. And top fitness strategies, fitness over 50 done right. And this is the universal laws of health and fitness. And they are different than what you think they are. I will promise you that. So this is a gift that I'm giving out to you, my listeners, my followers, whoever's out there. And to do so, just go to my Substack and go over to Substack and then at Andrew Plato, or you just type in topfitnessstrategies.com and they'll take you there as well. And you'll have access to the audio. Again, the top fitness strategies, fitness over 50 done right, the universal laws of health and fitness. It's an audio program I put together, and it's just for you guys. It's just for anybody who basically wants it. So check it out. And if you didn't write down that that web address, no problem. Go to my page. It the first post I pinned. The first post is pinned. The post is pinned. It's the first post, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so on with the show. I have a couple of stories I'm going to get into tonight. I'm going to switch it up a little bit and talk to you about a couple of stories which I found it pretty interesting. I got wrestling going on over there, by the way. If you can't see, obviously you can't, but I got wrestling going on over there. Okay, so the first story from a dog. It's not, the story isn't from a dog. It's about a dog. It's called Happy Holidays from Ozzy, the dog with the longest tongue that's bigger than a candy cane. Yeah. Okay, let's see what this is all about. Okay, here we go. This is a dog. Okay, with a droopy grin and a habit of jumping like a kangaroo, Ozzy, a French and Bull Mastiff mix, is a perfect dog for a fun-loving pig family in Oklahoma City, California. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Holy moly! You know what that means? It means time for a drink. And I got to get this frame worked on here a little bit too, because it's not how I want it to be on there. But anyway, it's there. And after 4 years of being a beloved pet, the adorable Mastiff has made its way into the record books and Santa Paws' nice list, just in time for the holiday with his incredible tongue. All right. There's pictures of him there. Okay. Let's see. Ozzy broke the Guinness Book of World Records title for the longest tongue on a living dog. This year, it's 7.83 inches, or for all my metric friends, 19.89 centimeters long, which usually hangs out to the side of his mouth and is used to catch toys on his lap for his food. 7.83 inches long. Wow, that is a tongue and a half right there. With those 7 inches of organ, Ozzy was able to beat out the prior record held by Rocky the dog from Bloomington, Illinois. Hey, just down the road going that way. With his 5 inches or 12.7 centimeters tongue. So this thing is almost 3 inches longer than the previous one. Holy moly. And keeping this in the PG rated thing, or I could get into the R rated thing, 3 inches is quite a bit. 3 inches is quite a bit. And the human record for the longest tongue is 3.8 inches. So this is double that, more than double that. Wow. Let's see. That was from Chanel Tapper. And Nick Stolbert is 3.97, almost 4 inches long, his tongue. Holy moly. Ozzy's owner, Angela Pig, said the family was delightfully surprised to find out that their dog was a record holder. After they brought him for a routine nail trim, his veterinarians took the opportunity to measure his giant tongue from the end of his snout to the tip. And they didn't get bit. Imagine that. He has always had a tongue that sticks out of his mouth ever since he was born, Angela explained. But there's nothing medically wrong with him. We've had him looked at a couple of times by veterinarians, and there's no dental issues or anything. It's just abnormally, awkwardly long. You think? You got a dog with that size tongue? Yeah, it's going to be abnormally, awkwardly long. So when you think about that, 7 inches. Oh, here it goes. Look at this. I just happened to have a tape measure on here. So 7 inches of tongue. Let me see if I can find it here. 5. That's 7 inches of tongue. That's longer than my microphone. Oh, about as long as my microphone. Look at that. Wow. And we can get into the, like I said, the R-rated versions of everything here, but we're not going to. But you know what I'm thinking of, because you're thinking of the same thing. Anyway, I thought that was a pretty interesting story. I heard that earlier today. I said, you know what? I got to come on here and talk about that because it was just different. That's for certain. Speaking of different, if you haven't seen the website lately, or the new and improved website, things are popping over there big time. So check it out. The drink of choice tonight is, in my brandy snifta, it's a little bit of the oaky flavor. Has a little bit of oaky flavor, a little bit of the vanilla hint to it as well. And yeah, this is 80 proof or 40% alcohol. There you go. And I actually kind of like the taste of that. I like to be a little more full-bodied. Listen to me, like I know what I'm talking about. A little more full-bodied, but I'm working on that. Little by little, it's getting there. So in the meantime, that's what we got going on here. The getting different topics going on here, and this is on my mind as well. The Venezuelan stuff happening. I gotta say, I'm a little bit perturbed, if you will, at our military. And I am a huge fan, a huge backer of the military, but I am a little bit perturbed at this one. I can't believe they did it. It just baffles me of why it happened to be like that. For crying out loud, this is the United States of America. Why can't we shoot down a freaking little boat with one shot? Why does it take us two shots to do this? Hegseth, get your crew on the stick and teach them how to shoot the gosh darn thing. We are the United States of America. We are the most powerful country, the most powerful military on the planet. Why does it take us two shots to shoot down a little boat traveling from Venezuela? For crying out loud. Get them in one shot. Save the freaking bomb or the bullets, crying out loud. But way to go. Keep it up. Keep those drugs out of here. Last thing we need is more drugs coming into this country. That's right. And if you think that we should let them come to this country, you're out of your freaking mind. I'll tell you, don't follow me anymore. I'll put that out there because I don't need you. I don't want you, and we don't think alike. Now, if you want to stay on and with the open mind of saying, hey, maybe eventually you're going to come around to the right way of thinking, great. But if you're not, let's just part ways and be happy with it. Okay? So that's what's going on there. Around here where I live, we have Hoosier hysteria going on. It's usually reserved for the high school basketball playoffs. In the I think it's in February or something like that. But with the Indiana Hoosiers college football team going against the Ohio State Buckeyes tomorrow night, everybody around here is, let's just say they're amped up for the game. I will be, and I'll publicly say this here. I do not want Indiana to win. And here's why. Not because I dislike the college or anything. I do not like the way they developed the team. Basically, they put more money into the team and had recruits from other schools come over to the team. I don't like that. I like the homegrown, come in as a freshman, stay till you're a senior type thing. I guess more of a traditionalist that way. So that's why I'm not happy, or I'm not. Since I'm not happy, I'm not in the Indiana camp. Of course, I'm happy for them. At least they're ahead of Alabama, which is the right good thing. And I guess Alabama is going up against Georgia. Come on, Bulldogs. You got to pull this one off. You got to beat Alabama. We do not want Alabama anywhere near that top 12. So if you can beat them, they'll be going down. So please do that. Okay. Also, I got the popcorn tonight. Also, this NASCAR stuff. I don't exactly know what's happening with the NASCAR stuff. There's some antitrust lawsuit going on. I don't know all the ins and outs of it. I tried to listen to Kenny Wallace, but I guess I didn't catch when he was explaining everything, what's going on. Now he's detailing the trial, the day-by-day trials, but I don't know why the trials are taking place to begin with. So that's what's puzzling me there. Oh, well, that's the way it goes. And I am still a huge NASCAR fan. I don't see me changing in the near future unless they do something really silly, stuff that I don't like or agree with, or against my beliefs, and we'll go from there. But at the time being, still a huge NASCAR fan. Daytona 500 is coming up in February. And yes, we'll have my buddy Kenny will come on and we'll do our annual Daytona 500 bet on here. Well, at least that's the plan. Last couple of years, it's been a little on the shaky side with Kenny coming on, but that's a whole different ballgame there. Oh, wow. Just saw a stat. The WWE channel just hit over 1 billion views. I know I'm a couple of hundred of those views, I'm sure, right there. Anyway, so as we progress through the trials and in trials and tributes, trials and errors of this wacky internet stuff. I got to say that I'm not the biggest fan of using AI, and I don't know why I just transitioned to this. I guess because I'm a professional. When us professionals, we know how to transition from stuff to stuff. It's called a segue. Yeah. But I have been using the X.com AI Grok. I like using Grok. It is weird how Grok can talk to you. I mean, he talks my language. And when I talk slang to him, he talks slang right back to me. He's helped me out with a few things. He helped me write a couple of things. And yeah, he's given me a couple of websites to look at for some of these fun stories. And another fun story I have is, where did the word dude come from, which we will discuss in a later a later version of Popcorn and Whiskey. Like I said, tonight I just want to come in and try out a couple of things. I think I've gotten it pretty much streamlined a little bit. There may be some equipment changes coming up soon. Oh, by the way, if you want to help me out, right over here, buy me a coffee or a drink. Go to andrewpoletto.com/drink. Buy me a coffee, buy me a drink over there. I would really appreciate it. And it helps out going toward the fund of upgrading my equipment. And it's a fun little thing. Not asking for a gazillion dollars, but if you're entertained at all, if you're part of this at all, pitch in $5, $10, what have you. Buy me a drink, buy me a cup of coffee, and we'll just go from there. Okay. Because all the equipment that I get for upgrade purposes really does come in to help. And once that happens, I have some of my equipment for sale. So if you're wanting to get into podcasting, want to get into live streaming, I can really hook you up with a great deal on a fantastic microphone and a great audio interface. Because I am changing my equipment. Nothing wrong with the equipment I have. I just looking to expand a little bit. We'll just leave it at that. If I don't sell it, that's fine. Once again, there's nothing wrong with it. As you can hear, as you can see, there's nothing wrong with it. And so I do all my recordings with, my podcast with. I go into my sound studio, and that's where I do my voiceover work from. If you've heard any of the other voiceover work that I do, it sounds a lot different than it does coming from this area, because the acoustics in this area just aren't up to par where it needs to be. But I really can't do anything about it. And I'm not going to explain why. Just believe me, I can't do anything about it. But in my little sound stage, it's right over there, I can. And that's why I do stuff of that sort in that area. And you could tell the world of difference if you listen to it with headphones. Oh, by the way, I'm getting you headphones too. All right. So there you go. So, what else? You have the sign in the background. I'm looking to change a couple things in the background as well. I just don't know which direction I want to go with it yet. So if you have any ideas or indications of how what you would like to see back here, let me know. Yeah, that's it. Now I could change up something here. Where's it out here? In the perfect world, here it is. That's microphone. In the perfect world, I'm going to keep this camera. But if I wanted to get really funky, I can use this camera over here. Hold on a second. Over there. See that? I can use that camera there. Hello, camera. But you can see that. You see how my hand is kind of blurry because the frame rate isn't as good. Now you're getting real technical stuff. Is the other camera, as where is it at? Is this camera here? You can see. Watch this. the frame rate is better over here. You can see the frame rate because this one accepts the color better. Now, if you want to get really technical, really funky, I got this other camera behind me up here on top. It sits behind me. Hello. You see, if I go like this as well, the frame rate is really bad with that camera. So I don't use that camera a whole lot. This is over here, right here. This is the audio interface I'm selling right there, by the way, just to let you know. But that's, and you can see I have my drink here. I got my drink. Look at that. See, I got all kinds of, I got this setup, man. I'm telling you what, you're not going to find too many other folks who are doing the things that I'm doing here. You're not going to find that very many places. And why? Because I'm doing it for my viewing audience. I'm doing it for you, man. You like to be entertained? I'm the guy to do it for you. That's what we're all about. That's what we're doing here. Why? Because I am the face who runs the place. That's right. So popcorn and whiskey. As we progress, I plan on doing more shows. There's a few personal things I have going on. JD, hey, Bob, hey, yo. Greens for Mayhem Media and the Boiling Point Podcast, my buddy JD. He's not switching the pages or joining me tonight. He's tired. No worries, dude. You don't have to join me all the time. I just appreciate you being here. Hey, that's not a problem. JD has a great podcast going on, the Boiling Point Podcast and Mayhem Media. If you're in entertainment, we have several things. He has several things he's doing. I say we because he invited me on the show. We have a Christmas show coming up next week, I do believe, where we'll be recording it. And tomorrow evening, we are recording the dinosaur show, as I'm calling it the dinosaur show. We're reviewing the most recent Jurassic Park. I don't know if I'll be on there or not. Time wise, I hope I can make it, but JD and I already spoken. He, like I said, he invited me on to be a guest, so I'm looking forward to it. If I can make it, it'll be good. JD, tell him not to, because he says some of his other guys might be joining in. I'm not going to be here much longer. Connor, Connor's on here. Yo, one and only in the house. How you doing, Connor? Cheers, my friend. Don't know if you guys are watching SmackDown or not. You got LA Knight taking on Gunther for the chance to meet John Cena next week. That's going to be interesting. Yeah, tomorrow night is the Jurassic Park, Jurassic World or Dinosaur show, and next week is our Christmas show. So, and I got something about the Christmas show coming up about the movie Die Hard. I know we're going to be reviewing Lethal Weapon. I get it, but the movie Die Hard. Thank you, Jonathan. He says, I told you we show support. Amen, brother. Love that. Love that. I was on your podcast earlier tonight, your live stream with the wrestlers. I was on there for a good 20 minutes or so, and I didn't pop on to say hi or anything. I didn't want to interrupt. There was you had a lot going on there. It was pretty good. You're not watching SmackDown. Too bad. LA Knight versus Gunther. It's pretty good. My girl Charlotte came out earlier. Oh man, be still my heart. Be still my heart. Let's see, Connor. Yeah, I'm getting set to watch shortly. Just filmed the DPW face-off episode. SmackDown is my next thing on the list. Yep. I watch it in the background. I don't have the volume up right now. Dude, JD, you just need to just go with the flow, my friend. You see how I do it. And by far, I'm not polished. By far, I got a lot of things I need to work on, but just go with the flow and have fun with it. That's all you got to do. And once you start enjoying it and having fun with it, things will start flowing. Believe me on that one. So you can do it. You got the chops for it. You got the know-how. You just got to get through your thick skull that you rely on yourself. You take charge. You can do this. Okay. but we'll talk another time. And I know it's a little inside information here, folks, but behind the scenes stuff that we're talking about there. But that's what's happening over there. So tune into the Boiling Point podcast or Mayhem Media wherever you can. Just Google it. Go to YouTube, Facebook. Just Google it, and you'll find it. Great shows. Connor's a good guy, and JD's a fantastic individual. So there you go. Okay. Well, my show's about over, my friend. Like I said, I just want to pop in tonight because I did something different. I'm going to start reading some news stories and doing my commentary with them. So that's what I was practicing earlier tonight. That's what I'm getting into, more of the, not so much news, but fun news, entertaining news, or off topic and things of that sort. Yeah, I get a little bit serious sometimes, but that's what we're going to be morphing into as we go forward a little bit with this. So all that being said, I've been on for about a half hour or so. I'm going to call it quits. Go relax. Finish sipping my brandy and the brandy snifter. That's right. American roads, death the roads. American dreams, death the roads. Right there, the brandy snifter. All right, guys. My name is Andrew. Popcorn and whiskey. I am the face who runs the place. I'm going to call it a night. So until next time, this is me. Ciao.